everyone, it's Olivia, and I'm so excited to have you back in my workshop today. Have you ever looked at your to-do list and thought, there's no way I can squeeze in time to sew anything today? Well, I'm here to tell you that you totally can. Can you really sew something, or in just 30 minutes? Today, I'm putting my skills to the test with a countdown timer and 3 super quick projects anyone can do, even if you're a beginner. We're talking about adorable and practical things you can whip up in the time it takes to watch your favorite show. So, are you ready to dive into a world of fabric, thread, and speedy sewing magic? Set your machines, grab your scissors, because the clock starts. Alright, sewing superstars, let's kick things off with a project that's as practical as it is cute, a reversible tote bag. This project is perfect for beginners and seasoned sewists alike. These little guys are perfect for toting around books, groceries, or even as a thoughtful handmade gift. Plus, they're eco-friendly and reusable. And the best part, we're going to make it reversible, so you get 2 looks in one. It's like having 2 bags for the effort of one. For this project, I'm grabbing 2 of my favorite fat quarters. Aren't these prints adorable? The colors and patterns really make the bag pop. Fat quarters are great for smaller projects like this, and they come in such a variety of patterns and colors. You can mix and match to your heart's content. Okay, first things first, we need to cut our fabric. Make sure your cutting tools are sharp for clean edges. From each fat quarter, we'll cut 2 rectangles. This will form the main body of our tote bag. I'm making mine about 14 inches by 16 inches, but you can adjust the size to your liking. Just remember to keep the proportions consistent. Now comes the fun part, sewing. This is where your tote bag starts to take shape. We're going to take 1 rectangle from each fabric print and place them right sides together. This ensures the patterns will be on the outside when we turn it inside out. Make sure those edges are lined up nice and neat and then pin them in place. This helps keep everything aligned while you sew. We're going to sew along 3 sides of the rectangle, leaving one of the shorter sides open. This will be the opening of our tote bag. This is going to be the opening of our tote bag. Make sure your stitches are secure to handle the weight of whatever you carry. See, I told you this was easy. It's a straightforward process that yields great results. Now we're going to repeat that same process with our remaining 2 rectangles. This will become the lining of our tote bag. And because we're using a different fabric, it's going to give us that fun reversible element. It's like having 2 bags in one. Okay, so now we have 2 sewn pieces, one for the outside of our bag and one for the lining. Both pieces should be the same size. Before we put them together, we're going to do a quick step called boxing the corners. This adds a professional touch. This is totally optional, but it gives the bottom of your tote bag a little more structure and shape. It helps the bag stand up on its own. To box the corners, simply reach into one of the bottom corners of your bag and flatten it so that the side seam and bottom seam line up. This creates a neat triangle. You'll notice a little triangle shape forms at the corner. This is what we'll sew across to create the boxed effect. We're going to sew across that triangle about 1 inch or 2 from the point. This secures the shape. Repeat this for all 4 corners of both the outer bag and the lining. Now for the handles. This is where you can get creative. You can use ribbon, twill tape, or even more of your fabric scraps for this. Each option gives a different look and feel. I'm going to use some cute gross grain ribbon that coordinates with my fabric. It's sturdy and stylish. Cut 2 pieces of ribbon to your desired length. I like mine about 22 inches long. This length is perfect for shoulder straps. To attach the handles, find the center of one side of your outer bag and pin the end of your ribbon about 1 inch or 2 down from the top edge. This ensures the handles are evenly spaced. Repeat with the other end of the ribbon on the opposite side of the bag. Make sure everything is symmetrical. Make sure your handles are not twisted. This is crucial for a professional finish. We're going to repeat this process for the other handle on the other side of the bag. Okay, almost there, just a few more steps. Now we're going to put the outer bag and the lining together. This is where it all comes together. With the right sides facing each other, slide the outer bag inside the lining. This ensures the seams will be hidden inside. Make sure the handles are tucked in between the two layers. This keeps them out of the way while you sew. Pin all the way around the top edge and then sew a straight stitch all the way around, leaving a small opening for turning. This is the final assembly step. Reach through that opening and carefully pull the outer bag through. This reveals the finished product. Give it a good press with your iron, and then top stitch all the way around the top edge to close the opening and give it a nice finished look. This step adds durability and a polished finish. And there you have it. One super cute and stylish reversible tote bag, all done in under 7 minutes. Perfect for any occasion. See, I told you it was possible. Now go show off your new creation. Alright, fashionistas, are you ready for our next quick and fun sewing project? We're going retro with a classic hair scrunchie, a timeless accessory that's making a huge comeback. These little beauties are back in style and are so easy to make, you'll want to whip up a whole bunch in every color and pattern you can find. For this project, you can really let your creativity shine with your fabric choices. The possibilities are endless. I'm using a soft and flowy cotton fabric with a fun print, but you could use velvet, satin, or even upcycle an old t-shirt. The choice is yours. To start, we're going to cut a strip of fabric that's about 22 inches long and 4 inches wide. Precision is key here. Now, fold that strip of fabric in half lengthwise with the right sides together. This will form the base of our scrunchie. Pin along the long edge and then sew a straight stitch all the way down. Make sure your stitches are even and secure. We're basically creating a long tube of fabric. This will be the main body of our scrunchie. Once you've sewn your tube, it's time to turn it right side out. This can be a bit fiddly, but take your time. This part can be a little tricky, but I have a secret weapon, a safety pin. It makes the process so much easier. Attach the safety pin to one end of your fabric tube, and then use it to thread the fabric through itself. It's like magic. Watch it transform. Okay, our scrunchie is starting to take shape. You can see it coming together now. Now we need to add the elastic. This is what gives the scrunchie its stretch. I'm using 1/4 inch wide elastic, and I'm going to cut a piece that's about 8 to 9 inches long. This will ensure a snug fit. You can adjust this length depending on how tight you want your scrunchie to be. Personalize it to your preference. Just like we did with the safety pin, we're going to attach one end of the elastic to our safety pin and use it to thread the elastic through the fabric tube. It's a neat trick. Once the elastic is all the way through, carefully remove the safety pin. Be gentle to avoid any snags. Now overlap the ends of the elastic by about 1/2 inch and sew them together securely. This will keep the elastic in place. You can backstitch a few times to make sure it's extra strong. We want our scrunchie to be durable. Then, tuck the raw edges of the fabric into the opening of the tube and hand stitch it closed. This will give it a neat finish. And there you have it. One super cute and trendy hair scrunchie, ready to add a pop of personality to your next hairstyle. It's perfect for any occasion. And the best part? You just whipped it up in under 6 minutes. How amazing is that? Told you were a sewing superstar. Keep creating and having fun with your projects. Alright, sewing enthusiasts, are you ready for our final speedy sewing project? This one is going to be both fun and functional. We're going for elegance and sustainability with a set of reusable fabric napkins. These are not just practical, but also add a touch of sophistication to any meal. These beauties are perfect for adding a touch of class to your next dinner party, or they make a thoughtful and eco-friendly gift. Imagine the delight on your friend's face when they receive these handmade treasures. For this project, I'm using a linen cotton blend fabric because it's durable, absorbent, and has a lovely natural texture. This blend is perfect for napkins that will see a lot of use. But you can really use any fabric you like. Cotton, flannel, even upcycled denim would be super cool. The possibilities are endless. The key here is to choose a fabric that's easy to sew and care for. You want something that will hold up well in the wash and still look great. To start, we're going to cut our fabric into squares. This is the foundation of our napkin, so take your time to get it right. I'm making mine 12 inches by 12 inches, but you can adjust the size to your liking. Larger or smaller, it's up to you. You can use a rotary cutter and a quilting ruler for super precise cuts, or just use your trusty fabric scissors. Both methods work great. Now, for a professional-looking finish, we're going to hem the edges of our napkins. This step really elevates the look. Fold over one edge of the fabric about 1/4 inch and press it with your iron. This helps to keep everything in place. Fold it over again another 1/4 inch and press it again. This double fold hides the raw edge and prevents fraying. This creates a nice clean hem. It's these small details that make a big difference. Pin the hem in place and then sew a straight stitch all the way around. Take your time to ensure your stitches are even. Repeat this hemming process for all 4 sides of your napkin. Consistency is key for a polished look. If you're feeling adventurous, you can use a decorative stitch on your sewing machine to add a little extra flair. This is where you can really let your creativity shine. I love using a blanket stitch or a scallop stitch for a fun and whimsical look. These stitches add personality to your napkins. And there you have it. One elegant and eco-friendly fabric napkin ready to elevate your next dining experience. You'll be proud to show these off. These napkins are so quick and easy to make, you can whip up a whole set in under 10 minutes once you get the hang of it. Perfect for last-minute gifts or party prep. Imagine, no more paper napkins ending up in landfills. You're a sewing superhero. Every little bit helps the environment. As a bonus tip, you can add a little loop to one corner of your napkins so you can hang them on a hook in your kitchen. This keeps them handy and organized. Just cut a small strip of fabric, fold it in half, and sew it to the corner of your napkin before hemming. It's a simple addition that makes a big difference. It's a small detail that adds a touch of practicality and charm. Your napkins will be both beautiful and functional. Wow! Can you believe we just made 3 amazing sewing projects in under 30 minutes? I'm so proud of you for taking on this sewing challenge with me. Remember, sewing doesn't have to be intimidating or time-consuming. With a few basic supplies and a little bit of creativity, you can create beautiful and practical things for yourself and your loved ones. If I can sew all this in 30 minutes, so can you. Which one will you try first? The reversible tote bag, the trendy hair scrunchie, or the elegant fabric napkins? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more fun and easy sewing projects. Until next time, happy sewing!